All right, last headline reads, Houston, you have a good problem. Time to go all in. I think Rockets fans were confident in this team and thought they'd be good. I don't think people thought they'd be this good. You're the second seed in the West. You are a contender. You are. I mean, if you're the second seed in a conference, you're a contender. Is it real or fake news?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I have to do more research.
I don't look. I gotta make sure. Look, I think you can make the case for either side. I think you can make the case for it. Them like they need to make just another move to solidify the team in terms of like shooting, and the one rumor I see that's popped up lately was like, which I don't believe. I don't think they're going to do it's like for Cam Johnson, the name that we keep mentioning. Everybody wants Cam Johnson. Everybody needs a Cam Johnson, but it was like Reed Shepherd, the 2027 pick that it's a Nets pick that the Rockets have, and like I guess contract filler for Cam Johnson, and somebody like I think it was proposed by like a Rockets page, and a lot of Rockets fans were like, well, like hell no. But then there's somewhere like, yeah, we should do that. We always mention him, Will Bias Houston. We've had him on the show a couple of times when we did Rockets previews, and he'd been harping on this for the start of the season. He was like, they need to start Amen Thompson. They need to start Amen Thompson. When we discussed it earlier, we're like, we don't know how that would fit on the team, just because of spacing and shooting. Yeah. And since Barry has been out and he has started, they look crazy. Jalen Green has 2025. Jalen Green looks like how he was playing at the end of the season, like unstoppable.
Like he had another child, baby.
They've been winning games. Now, like you said, they're number two. They're number 2 in the West. I don't know if they thought they would be this far ahead, because it felt like there'll be a lot more competitive teams in the West. I don't know. Besides maybe that Cam Johnson move, I don't know what other move they should make or they would make that still like keeps them or like pushes them like in the
upper echelon of contenders.
The upper echelon of contenders. Thank you. I was losing my train of thought. That's why you're my point guard. Upper echelon contenders, and but they still maintain like their youth and their future, because I feel like that's the main thing they want to do. They still want to stay young. They still want to have that bright future moving forward. So you don't want to give up too many assets. So I don't know what move they would make that would ensure that.
I don't think there is a move they can make to ensure that, if I'm being honest with you.
Okay.
And I think they should stay put. I think this is fake news. Don't go all in. Because at the end of the day, you're looking to not just get ahead of like the OKC Thunder, but also like people are forgetting about the Dallas Mavericks. People are forgetting about the Denver Nuggets. And I know they have a better record than those two teams, but those are two teams that have made the finals or have won of finals. And I'm not a huge believer in playoff experience type of thing, but this is a Houston Rockets team that the young guys haven't been there before. It's a different type of atmosphere. So for me, it's like, let them experience that. Let them lead, like let Jalen Green see how he does in his series, see if that changes him. Sengun, same thing. This team is not ready to win a championship at all, and I don't care if you add Devin Booker to the equation. It's just not going to happen. Don't get rid of your assets if you don't have to get rid of your assets. Now, am I saying don't make your team better? Sure. If there's moves you can make on the margins to make your team better, then go for it for sure. Yeah. You know, a Corey Kispert is someone who a listener mentioned in the comments in one of our reaction videos, which I thought was a good point. Bogdanovich is another person who I think would be good for them, a shooter. They need shooting, essentially. Somebody who can knock down a three ball, who can spot up, and you can be very confident it's going to make a three if they have the ball in their hands. But to me, a franchise-altering move right now to go for it in this year, when you have two teams that were on 70-win pace, no. Not yet. I think the Rockets, your time is coming. I think if you're a Rockets fan, go into the playoffs this year with no expectations and go for the ride. Just, whee! Oh, we made the semifinals, whee! Hopefully you make the Western Conference Finals. Go for the ride. Just have a good time rooting for the team. Take the good with the bad. Don't overreact to certain things. Just know that this is the beginning of hopefully a window of contention for the Rockets. I just don't think this is the year. This isn't a wide open year. Like if the Western Conference was like more balanced, if OKC wasn't so dominant, if Dallas wasn't hurt, like if it was more like everybody was in the middle of the pack and there really wasn't a team that was dominant on either side, because you got the Celtics too. Like I said Cavs and Thunder 71 pace, but the Celtics are also the defending champions. You would have to get by them too to win a championship if the Celtics get past the Cavs. So for me, it's not the year. Like you don't want to ruin a potential bright future just to get to the Western Conference Finals. It's not worth it.
Yeah, and like you said, a move on the margins just would make way more sense. Rockets fans, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they have.
They will correct you if you're wrong.
Which is fine. Hey, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Nobody's 100% right. Like, let's. I'm always open to learning and being corrected. Yeah. Please, no one's 100% right, but I believe you guys have an open roster spot, so like they'll probably be looking in the buyout market, and it always happens. A good player ends up getting bought out, and that you can just bring right on the team for a little bit of money and could help the team. So that's also an option. That would be an option right there. But yeah, like I agree with everything you said. That's why I'm not really sure. But yeah, it doesn't feel like this is the year for them to like make a big trade and whatever that big trade would be.